The International Newsnet World Report is a national television news show available in more than 30 million homes. We broadcast daily real news the networks won't tell you. We are solely viewer-supported. That means you. You can donate at our website, inenworldreport.net. We hope you find the following interview informative and helpful.
The March to Stop the War in Iraq and the War in Our Communities. Newark, New Jersey, August 25th, Lincoln Park, 12 noon. We have with us right now in the INN studio one of the organizers, Tom Weiss. Welcome to INN, Tom.
Good to be here again.
Tom, we only have a few minutes. Tell us what this rally is about and who the sponsors are. Sponsored by the Peace and Justice Coalition, and who makes that up?
Okay. The Peace and Justice Coalition is probably one of the most uniquely broad-based and a grassroots organization that I've ever been involved with, which I think takes the peace movement to a new level, diversity-wise, ethnically-wise, and economically. It comes out of a group called the People's Organization for Progress, and it's been evolving over several months. And some months ago, we decided to commit ourselves to a march and rally in the city of Newark with many New Jersey people, but it has transcended boundaries nationally, actually, to focus on the fact that this war must end, and from a somewhat distinctive perspective, because it's focusing not just on the war as an international issue, but on the decimation that this war has brought to communities urban-wise. So it is, I could even read, if there's time, from the call, identifying all these human rights deprivations that are resulting from this war. But basically, we are calling for an immediate end to the war, the stop funding, etc. And among these sponsoring organizations, there are a large number of religious organizations that has heavy labor backing. The New York State, New Jersey Labor Council, whose president, Roy Seaver, will be speaking. The keynote speaker will be U.S. Congressman John Conyers from Detroit, who we know that he's very involved in the whole controversy over the impeachment question, but his focus on this event, since he is a longtime opponent of this war and has called for its defunding, he's going to be the keynote speaker. U.S. Congressman Donald Payne from New Jersey will be speaking. A whole host of elected officials, people from all sorts of organizations. There'll be tenants' rights organizations and all sorts of human rights organizations. There are over 300 sponsors. I'm one of them through my newspaper, Upfront News, etc. There is a possibility, because I spoke to him briefly, but I cannot confirm that Reverend Sharpton might speak if he's available. He's been called to all sorts of emergency police situations.
Well, Tom,
anyway, and we're expecting, weather permitting, certainly in the thousands. Okay.
Tom, one question. You did mention impeachment. We know that Congressman Conyers had a bunch of people arrested outside of his office several weeks ago, and those were the same people that he had asked to help him do the research for the book that he released last year. We've heard also that as he looks out into the crowd on Saturday, there are going to be quite a few impeachment signs. Many people in the impeachment movement feel that this war cannot be stopped until the administration is put out of office, is taken from power, and then perhaps a new administration will have more common sense in stopping this carnage. How have these two issues not been married together with your group?
Well, they're together. I can tell you, and I wouldn't say that I speak for the group, but the matter of impeachment has come up. It is the feeling of many, myself included. As a matter of fact, I wrote to Mr. Conyers about this, that I'm one of many people who feel that Cheney and Bush, and I always put them in that order because Cheney runs the show, probably belong in jail. The resistance and the concern about the impeachment question has to do with not any, intimations that Bush and Cheney are not guilty of the crimes that they perpetrated, but that a effort to impeach is not, certainly Bush, is not likely to succeed and could in fact monopolize the attentions of the Congress to the point that it could actually help the war to continue. If we recall what happened with the Clinton impeachment, where the entire country was obsessed with Monica Lewinsky, a far less serious offense. So there's also, by the way, and I'm really glad you asked this question, I'm one of those who've written that if there is going to be a focus on impeachment, my feeling is, especially since one cannot impeach both simultaneously, congressional law forbids it, that the focus should be on Mr. Cheney, who is certainly in charge there. I understand that this bill, I think it's Kucinich's bill, and some of the supporters.
H.R. 333.
Right. So that's my sense. I know that, for example, Ms. Sheehan, with whom I've spoken, was among the people who protested there. I've been calling, I know a group called World Can't Wait has been protesting. I also feel, and this is very important, and I've been writing about this, and not alone, that if a miracle happened, and it would take a political miracle given the membership of the makeup of the Congress and the Senate, since you need 2/3 vote. If a miracle happened and Bush was removed from office, that brings Cheney in constitutionally. There are people who believe, and I'm one of them, that as bad as Bush is, it's hard to imagine a worse situation. To me, Cheney is worse. So at any rate, I'm sure if there was a vote among the membership, of the Peace and Justice Coalition, Bush ain't going to get any votes, etc. And the feeling is that he belongs at best back at Crawford. So that's the sense. So the march, while I don't think anybody is going to be we expect to see a lot of impeached signs. I'd like to see some impeached Cheney signs. That the focus, however, is going to be on stopping this war. My own feeling is, and I don't know how far you want to go with this, is that even though I'm not satisfied with any of the Democrats, really, I think Kucinich and Mr. Gravel seem to have the closest position in terms of defunding this war, although Edwards seems to be inching in that direction. If Hillary Clinton, she'll inch in whatever direction she thinks she can get some votes and maybe some more help from Rupert Murdoch on, etc. I am among those who feels that the more events of the sort that we're having this weekend in New Jersey, that there's no question that there's a shift to the left among all the Democrats, okay, not just Mr. Obama, and that over what I think could be a reasonably tight period of time, they're going to start defunding this war. I think focusing on impeachment could actually unintentionally sabotage such an effort. That's one, and I think others would agree with that. So, but
I think a lot of others would disagree. But in the case, Tom Weiss, thank you for joining us, and good luck with the March to Stop the War in Iraq and the war in our communities this Saturday, Lincoln Park, Newark, New Jersey.